Undella Town? Undella Town, Undella Town. A very rich family used to live there, but it looks like everyone moved. I hear the marine tube is totally amazing. You guys ready to cut loose and have a fun day at the beach? I know I am. I got a dowsing machine. I'm bound to, wow, it was 1 square behind me. Got a pearl. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. Last time we made our way through Reversal Mountain in another reality, and in this one, all at the same time. Now, we're starting construction to further development of Undella's resorts. We just connected to the volcano and we're in awe of nature's power. Gonna harness that for geothermal power or something like that. The bulldozer found a shiny stone, just sitting there in that rubble that was inside of its little collecty scoop. I don't know what a front part of a bulldozer is called, so I'm calling it a collecty scoop. Sort of reminds me of how I call those 3-wheeled vehicles badass tricycles, but I don't know what they're actually called, but I refuse to learn because I want to call them badass tricycles. The riches move far away, but it's a little bit lonelier around here. We'll go through all of the villas. I'm exploring this in summer because there's a lot more around here. It's just kind of empty otherwise. I hear that the shops in Amethyst are run by amazing Pokemon trainers. Okay, I can't lose to them. I'm getting excited about this. As you can see, I'm an ultra-rich billionaire! As you can see, my hobby is to collect rare items. In fact, this outfit is ultra expensive and rare. Can you see it? Can you? There's something that this billionaire wants to get his hands on, even if it means spending a lot of money. Do you have such a rare item? Do you? Ugh, you don't have a rare item, do you? This is useful for a lot later. Man, if I was a billionaire and I could just buy anything I wanted, man, has any billionaire ever just bought their favorite TV show and uncanceled it? Because we all like some TV show that got canceled too soon. That's one thing I'd do. Or I don't know, why does no billionaire ever go, hey, here's 40 billion in lobbying that says the government does get off their ass and take care of this thing? I don't know. Depending on the Pokemon, they can be an advantage or a disadvantage. Strong sunlight makes fire type Pokemon stronger, water type moves weaker. I don't know, I feel like being in the history books would be pretty cool. This villa belongs to Caitlin, one of the Pokemon League's Elite Four. Is that all the information that we're getting? Yeah, we are. I guess you're just kind of house sitting. Found you online, or maybe you're her mother. Pokemon World Tournament. I wonder if Cynthia will participate too. Oh, I hope not. Sometimes Jellicent float into Undella Bay. They have a reputation for being a little unusual. We'll head to the Pokemon Center because I haven't done that yet. Metal! It's truly a vacation now if I'm getting these. Tycoon of souvenirs! It's my 100th souvenir from Pokemon, from the Joint Avenue. I almost said Pokemon World Tournament. I don't need to get any more of those. Hello, girl. Oh, that's a terrible thing to say to somebody. Do you have a villa in Undella? You are rich. As a token of our new acquaintance, please accept this. A prism scale is used for evolving Phoebus into Milotic. Could be useful, depending on how you plan on going about your team. Undella Town's Abyssal Ruins, having message carved into the walls. I can buy the Pokeballs sold here because somebody is making them. Thank you, person I don't know, making Pokeballs somewhere. That's foreshadowing to the next game of the series. Hey, you. Someone offered you a plain old citrus berry for $1,000. Would you buy it? You're all right. Well, whatever. If it's a price you agree with, then great. That's what shopping's all about, right? Shocking shopping has been added to the Interlink. What's important is whether you agree or not. Those FunFest missions have some pretty interesting stuff to them where you find NPCs that are selling things. Some of them are good deals, some of them are not, but it's based on how many items that you buy is clearing it. You have the same things as you always do. Don't know why I talk to you. The bottom clerk has luxury balls, increasing happiness. I got a few of those, probably from FunFest missions. Dive balls are new. Working on Pokemon that live underwater. It'll be a while before that can really be useful to us, but I thought it'd be nice to grab some. Cool. Next up, hey, you beach bum, Undella! Sounds like Hot Pockets. Undella! Yay, yay, Undella Town! Someone was paid to write this, man. Sounds like a great job. You get a heart scale. Man, you know when you're so rich that you tear down your $10 million mansion to build a resort town? Sure, we all do. Yes, Pearl! And then by going up this way, one frame spoilers for the Pokemon that we're about to encounter. Hello, is this Blaze? Here comes a question. Blaze, you're a Pokemon trainer. How many badges do you have? Great. You have 6 gym badges? You're a tough trainer, aren't you? Oops, my colleague is calling me. I have to get back to work. Goodbye. A lot of people give up on the Pokemon journey before they get to this many badges, you know? I don't know why though, it's so much fun. The last place we haven't been to is the Marine Tube, a walk-through aquarium. There's a Marine Tube at the Georgia Aquarium, and I remember liking that place. The Marine Tube is just ahead. Please wait a little bit longer, just a little bit, just a little bit. I moved here to be the first person to go through the Marine Tube. I've been informed that the chances of getting this, the extra drink, is 1 in 33. And that's increased from what it was in the first game. I guess they wanted people to get that medal. Didn't exactly work on me. And furthermore, it's possible to get it to drop down unlimited number of times as long as you keep hitting that 1 in 33 chance, where I've seen people get triple drinks and send them to me. Sorry, I'll be finished with the cleaning soon. Please wait until then. There's a few new Pokemon to get around here. I think we'll save that for a little bit later, just because there's a lot of trainers to fight nearby. Next, we're heading out on a new adventure. Out into Undella Bay, where right in the middle of the water is Miss Unusual herself. Jelly! Scent. Jellicent, with its hidden ability Damp. Spawns Monday in Black 2, Thursday in White 2, respawning weekly. You're giving up an ability that disables moves or makes you immune to a whole type to instead prevent use of self-destruct or explosion when a ghost type is immune to it anyway. I don't understand why you would ever choose this. I got so lucky that it didn't get KO'd there. Why would you want to prevent your opponent from using explosion when you're immune to the damage anyway and they, you know, die from using it? Because you care. But if you don't care about your opponent, yeah, just don't even. I'm just catching it as a novelty because it's kind of cool that there is something here. Wow. Dang, Heal Ball, way to suck. 1. Heal Ball is a 0, confirmed. Fly taking quite a beating here thanks to that rain. Pokeball, what do I want to use here? I could try a Luxury Ball. It's got the same catch rate as a Heal Ball. But it's fancy looking, kind of suits you. No! Wow! The Net Ball doesn't suit you at all as much as it's good for catch rate. 1, 2, 3. All right, I guess you're just gonna look hideous in this thing. Sorry for the lame jacket I gave you. Its body is mostly seawater. It said there's castles of ships Jellicent have sunk to the seafloor. God, this goofy thing is a murderer of people. Look at its eyes. She's a girl, so doofy with an eye. I gave a lot of thought to where we could go next. There's a route out to the east that my cursor is having a very hard time locking onto, but you see it right there. We have a route to the south, and then we also have a route to the north. Choices aplenty, but I've decided I want to go, wait up! Let's see how well we've raised our Pokemon. Oh, it happened to at least one kid. They went through all of Reversal Mountain and then got blindsided by this. They sure don't make Pokemon games like that anymore. Typhoon in the rematch has got a fully evolved Unpheasant. Dang, okay. Normal flying type, super luck for its ability, holding a scope lens with the moves Taunt, Air Slash, Razor Wind, and Detect. Razor Wind's a move that has that turn of startup before it, and then it gets unleashed later on. I was not strong enough to stop you right away. Let's go, let's do it, partner. Well, you get to actually unleash this move that I so rarely ever get to see use. That and Skull Bash, that was like critical hits. Living up to your held items reputation, we take you out with Jade. Jade's already only 5 levels away from evolving. So much for thinking that Dragon Pulse is gonna be useful for a long time. You didn't need that stinking thing, you're too good. Simisage is level 39 grass type, gluttony for its ability. We're holding a Miracle Seed, so no getting any use out of that ability. With the moves Seed Bomb, Leer, Lick, and Fury Swipes. Sounds like an excellent time to bring out Pignati, as you're probably gonna go for the same type attack bonus. Yep, read you like a book. And then we'll do Heat Crash against you. You only got 3 Pokemon and we know what's coming out third, so Pignati, enjoy your time while it lasts. I always stare at that roll on the back of his neck. It sticks out to me for some reason. I guess I don't really think of Emboar as, you know, kind of looking fat from behind or anything like that. Samurott, his star player. Level 41. Part of the reason I did this fight was because I knew he'd be higher leveled than us, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to have a bit of a challenge, because I tend to save the important battles for last. It's got the move, it's got a water, it's water type Torrent for its ability, holding a Mystic Water with the moves Aqua Jet, Encore, Revenge, and Slash. I don't have a super good switch-in for this. Electabuzz would be able to do a lot to it, but also it's got pretty good defenses and all. There's the fact that Aiden didn't get hit by a water type move. You read me switching. That's kind of impressive, I gotta say. We'll do Shadow Ball, see where that gets us. If you want to encore me into that move, please go right ahead. I want to special drop you. We'll hit you again. Shadow Ball, I outspeed that time. Are we? No, Encore's got priority, I think. I think that's what it is. I think. Revenge, oh, okay. What's it gonna do? I'm kind of impressed. I gotta be honest. Yeah, this is actually something. I'm counting on you. You say, well, it's got half health, like it's gonna do anything good. Okay, Slash. Okay, it's time to get serious. Harmony, you get out there. You know a grass type move. You can handle this. Again, I don't get a chance to use Charge Beam because this is your last Pokemon, and it's probably going to win with this move anyway. Down it goes. You gotten better. Not a lot of people can say they've taken down Aiden. McFly. Great. If we're this strong, Team Plasma will run screaming when they see us. I won't let them get away, though. Her Purloin. I'll get it back for sure. So, Blaze, keep helping me out. Also continue to work hard on the Pokedex. You're the one who was officially asked to complete it, after all. I'm curious if there's anything of interest in the gate building really quick, just because this town's a little on the small side and we've already sort of seen everything to it. Longest road in Unova, I've heard it's Route 13. Yeah, we got some long routes ahead of us. I'd love to clear paths by having my Pokemon use hidden moves. Everyone needs a hobby. It's just so weird to hear somebody say it so blatantly like that. Oh no, summer ended in the time we were in that building. It's like living literally anywhere but the South and actually having seasons. Undella Town becomes this tranquil place that doesn't really have many people in it when it isn't summer months. You don't really seem to notice though, you're just too busy looking at the jigglies in the water. So I was just going to explore Undella Town, but then I realized that, yeah, this place is pretty friggin' small, so we're gonna go out into Undella Bay and explore it beyond just the Jellicent nest. Sound like a good time? Sure does for me. Now, in Undella Bay, it's a deep part of the sea, but a Pokemon may be able to dive down. Remember that for a little bit later, and I do mean a little bit. It's really not that long. Out here in Undella Bay, there's a lot of different trainers. I realized something kind of dark, actually, as a little time went by. The implication is that ultra-rich billionaire's family just up and left him one day for some reason. Oh God, we're too weak to avoid encounters in this area? A Mantike! I don't want to catch you. I do want to get a Mantine on this route for some sort of purpose coming up. Okay, we're the same level as the wild Pokemon. No! I got noticed in the stun animation. You got control back earlier than me. I've been challenging the Pokemon gyms all across the world. Jade is our lead right now. I kind of want to use Harmony a little bit. Oh God, I could not do a stretch like that Basculin. Yeah, we'll swap out for Harmony right as soon as this battle gets going right here. You're going out there, Jade. Just stand there and look pretty. We'll get the real battler out here. Basculin can hit pretty hard. A little wondering. Oh, you know Crunch. What? Oh, okay, right. Yeah, okay. I got confused. I was like, wait a minute, Crunch can't burn. What the frick? No. I wanted to show you that Harmony has the Flame Orb as her held item now. I got to use that strategy that I wanted to do in Reversal Mountain. So now, she's perpetually inflicted with a burn. I don't care about her attack stat because she's a special user, and I can't be inflicted by any status now. I'm essentially immune because with one banner status, you can't get another. We haven't gotten to the best part. Because of Magic Guard, Harmony only takes damage from attacks. The burn does nothing to hurt her, it only benefits her. If you'll excuse me now, I'll be right back because there's something around here I want to look for and this place is kind of big. It was actually just over to the left of where we were. I wasn't, no! Are you freaking serious? It was right out of my line of sight where I entered the route. It was right here. I reset for this because it's that important to me, damn it. I want to show you that if you enter this Ace Trainer's line of sight from the north, I'm gonna be careful and inch forward. She's Jesus! I'm showing off the sea to my beloved Pokemon! She walks on water in order to get to you because her eyesight is just too good. However that works. Ace Trainer Summer, damn, okay, you got a name for going on vacation. Harmony, you get out there. You are now fully healed because I had to reset for this because it was that important to me. Charge Beam, I can actually use this strat. Quad effective on Pelipper. I thought this would be the coolest thing. How often do you get a Pokemon with Magic Guard, and how often do you get one in a game that has the Toxic or Flame Orb available? It's awesome. There's several new Pokemon available to us in Undella Town and Undella Bay. Let's go over them both. My favorite Pokemon is Hiya, or Staryu if you're a layman. Wow, so we just saw a good Rapid Spinner in the cave? What is this, SpinnerCon 23? I'll shut up. The Staryu family has the double reliability of water and psychic types. Natural Cure can help when you least expect it, especially in shift battles, whereas Illuminate is totally useless and reserved for only the most desperate of Shiny Hunter. It's speedy, hits for good damage, and has lots of options too. Already got a good special attacker? Then try Psyshock instead of Psychic. Need better type coverage? Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Signal Beam. Want to go into versus? Rapid Spin, Recover, Scald, Icy Wind. I've always called this one of the most consistently great Pokemon no matter the player's environment or needs. And that holds true 6 main games into the series. It's impressive how well Staryu has withstood power creep. Really quick, if I can add to this, the game doesn't know how to handle it. The tail of my serving Pokemon goes through her body because she's not supposed to be out here. Going back to the Pokemon, if you're feeling lucky, the fully evolved Starmie can be caught in Undella Town too. This brings me to one of my negatives about raising Starmie. Only Staryu can learn Hydro Pump and it's at level 52. That's one of the good 120 power moves thanks to its high accuracy, but it might as well not exist because that's gonna be hard to obtain. Besides that one, no other standout moves are locked to Staryu. Remoraid is the ultimate at being outclassed. Every Remoraid evolves right away, and once it does, it's okay. It's particularly slow, but has some good offenses and can take a few hits. Sniper is definitely the more consistent ability at backing up that mixed attacking. Correction, special attacking. With the exception of Waterfall and Gunk Shot, it has no options for that big attack set, so it's essentially unused unless it specifically goes for those moves. Likely best not to treat it as a mixed attacker until further notice. Learns Ice Beam pretty soon, which is a pretty helpful move to have. Mantike! Hey, Pokemon Fusion! I really like the way Mantike evolves, needing a Remoraid to do so, and I wish more symbiotic relationships between different species would get explored like this. I think only this and Carablast and Shelmet ever did this. Sorry, it just makes the world feel more alive, you know? Don't worry about your Remoraid, it won't disappear forever. So, how about how it actually works? Well, you can find Mantine rarely in Rippling Water, and it misses no moves from the Mantike stage, so let's just skip to that. Water Flying is a good type, weak only to Electric and Rock. Easy to work with, and brilliant special bulk. Everything else about it is fine. It gets access to some decent moves like Surf and Air Slash, not much else unfortunately. What's kind of wild is that Heart Scales give it Psy Beam, even though it doesn't learn Psychic. Not sure what they were doing there. I guess he just never graduated past the introductory course. Its moves are beyond shallow. Funny for a Manta Ray, huh? Both abilities have potential, but I kind of prefer Water Absorb for single player. I think this is just gonna end up learning some water type moves, and I don't see it being useful for much outside of that. Whalmer! This is a whale in a shallow roll. It's beached. Positives first, it's caught potentially as high as level 40, so evolution is no issue. Comes having access to Water Pulse or Brine or even Water Spout depending on its level. Here's the problem. All its stats are god-awful aside from HP, and even after it evolves into Wailord, all it really gets is more HP. It mostly just learns water moves too with Ice Beam thrown in, so it's not too standout from other water types. I guess it could take on Earthquake, but I feel like you'd consider that on a Pokemon that does more damage, and you probably already have one. This is a Pokemon seemingly designed to spam Water Spout, a potentially 150 power water type move as long as its HP is full, with the power dwindling as it loses health. It's slow and likely to take damage before it attacks, but if it can manage to get it off without losing too much of its health and percentage, you'll likely not find a better water nuke. Any item that makes it likely to use Water Spout first is super potent. Perhaps consider a Choice Scarf. Wailord! This brings back memories of me wishing I could just find that 1% Wailord to easily do the Regirock puzzle. This is rarely found in Rippling Water, and I suppose it is objectively better than Wailmer if you're just lucky. Spheal! I am drowning in all these water types. First off, this family appears in winter only. It's at least a little better than pure ice for defenses, but it's an excellent combination of attacking types to get bonuses from. Now, what kind of sucks is the moves. The Spheal family's level up moves are just plain terrible, and its move tutor moves aren't any better. If you don't have a lot of TMs, it has nothing. It's all laughably weak physical ice type moves when it really wants to be using special stuff. What's nice is that it barely spends a second as a Spheal, evolving at most levels it's caught at, which is perfect because Spheal stats are a joke. Alternatively, its evolved forms are found at identical levels in Rippling Water. Celio, while the stats are at least better on this evolved form, the speed is downright blubber. Walrein, I wouldn't expect this one to outspeed much, even fully evolved. And while it's got decent bulk, it takes normal damage from practically every type. Thick Fat is definitely the right ability here, so it has a fire resistance and an uncommon octo resistance to ice. Harmony learned Air Slash in that gauntlet of battles, giving her an ice move that does a fair bit of damage and can make the enemy flinch if they don't die first. All right, I think this deserves a lighter touch. I wanted to try to catch a Mantine in Rippling Water, but it just wasn't really working out. So instead, I think I'm just gonna do my own preferences and catch a Mantike and level it up with a Remoraid of the party. Oh, hi, Frillish! I wanted to talk about Frillish a little bit, actually. They were made to be cute, cuddly water types by the person who created them. The designers don't really get a lot of say in the lore or what type of Pokemon ends up being, because the battle team just kind of does that themselves for whatever they need for the game. And they didn't really intend for Frillish and Jellicent to have such a dark backstory where Frillish drowns children and Jellicent sinks ships. It's interesting how you don't really get much of a say in that, and that they can just make completely horrifying things out of your cute drawings. It's what Pokemon does best, man. I always thought Wailord's sprite was weird in this game. He looks like some kind of bus or something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the angle you're viewing him from? I don't know. I'll toss a Great Ball at you. You got red markings on your back. Are the same color of blue as this? That sounds great. Really? Why is nothing catching? Wait a minute, no! I know this well. Mantine and Mantike are some of the hardest Pokemon to catch. I think their catch rates are both 25, despite this being, you know, a baby Pokemon. I don't know what it is, but they made Mantine and Mantike so difficult to catch. And, yeah, I remember at the beginning of Pokemon Coliseum, there's a Mantine in like the second town, and all you have is regular Pokeballs and maybe one Great Ball, and you're gonna be there for a freaking hour catching that thing if you want to get everything on the first go around. Heck, they're even harder to catch than a good chunk of the legendary Pokemon. I haven't even gotten a Wiggle yet, and I've thrown like 5 balls at it. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? It shook. 1. Yes! That's a critical capture! That mechanic was introduced, I think, in Generation 5. It's a fairly new mechanic at this point of the series. Based on how many Pokemon you have captured, you have a chance of just it needing only to shake once, and then it's an instant catch. Chances of it go up as your Pokemon caught does. The pattern on its back varies by region. It often swims in a school of Remoraid. Yeah, that's not true at all. The Pokedex entries for Mantike's first 2 appearances mentioned it changing its appearance based on the region, and yet it was never a thing. It's had the same back across all of its appearances. In fact, they eventually stopped writing this into its Pokedex entries because I think during the development of this game, they forgot and figured, oh well, I guess it's too late now. Oh no, it's the Pringles man! Damn, I should have left this to Aiden in the first place. That was perfect. 1, 2, 3, click. Why do they shoot at their mouths and hit prey from more than 300 feet away? Really is a gunfish. At the end of Undella Bay, up here in the north, is this quaint little island with these flowers blowing in the wind on it. It looks so peaceful. We go inside. If you want past here, you have to defeat me and my Roggenrola, and we're as sturdy as rock. But my Roggenrola and I only battle strong trainers. This is my and my Roggenrola's policy. It's as sturdy as rock. He won't challenge us until we have earned 7 gym badges. This is seriously our roadblock. Strong as a rock. By running around on these 6 tiles, we're able to encounter some Pokemon in this area before we're truly meant to explore it. They're pretty competently leveled, and there's exactly 1 new encounter here, Seal. It's as bland as its name. Seal will evolve right away, and Water Ice means that it's got a fair number of weaknesses with only resistances to its own types. Thick Fat is probably for the best here. This sounds like a certain other Seal that was just packaged into a different shape. The stats are just kind of okay at everything, not exciting, and Feel is just kind of better in the long term. The moves on Seal are bland too, with the only real standout being Aqua Jet from the start and maybe Drill Run. I honestly think you'll struggle with even finding 4 moves that you'll want to use. Go look at its TM list. You won't believe how short it is. It's glaring when there's been so many decent water types out of the, last 15 encounters that we've talked about? So, Seal has exactly 1 thing about it that's interesting. If we were to take this Seal and level it up to level 41, but not evolve it, it learns Dive through leveling up. And because we don't need no stinking gym badges in order to use our HM moves, we can access the place below Undella Bay without needing to get that HM first. I don't know if I'm going to do this, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to leave my options open in case I did. It feels like I'm stealing to do this, so Seal, you're steal. Oh, in Undella Bay, right at the north, there's a Draco Plate that raises the power of Dragon-type moves, something that I might want to consider giving to Vibrava if the other held item isn't doing it for me. What is your held item anyway? I don't think I've checked that in a while. Oh, the Evio. No, the Eviolite's what I want to have. Maybe I'll consider the Draco Plate after you evolve. What do you got for me, man? What do you got for me, man? The Balloon Technician Medal. I was playing some minigames the other day on the X transfer, and I was able to get that. There we go. We had a fun vacation, and now it's come to an end. Next time on Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, we're gonna set out in search of enlightenment. See you guys then.